Hello, y'all. This is Greg Christensen at Greenview Livestock. Hey, just wanted to talk today a minute about guardian animals, donkeys in particular. You can see here we've got a donkey in with these. This is a bunch of yearlings, just now 1 year old that we're going to grow. We won't breed them till this next fall. But let me tell you the story about using a donkey over here. We had a different donkey in here last year with a group of yearlings, and as far as I know, we didn't lose any goats here. They weren't goats that were going to kid. They were just the yearlings. The donkey did fine with them. We took those goats out because they're kidding now. We didn't want them to kid here, and we took them over to the home, and we brought another group of this group of yearlings over here, and we put them out here one day, and the next day they were out. They were down at the neighbor's house, and I come over here. It was kind of strange. That usually doesn't happen. And so I brought them back in and discovered we had had a dead one that had been eaten, and this is just one day after we put them in here. Now there's another pasture adjacent to this one that's not actually fenced for goats. The goats don't go out there. There's not any brush out there really, and but we had them in this one, and that's where the dead one was. The dead one was out in the pasture without the goat fence around it that they had went through to get to the road, and they went down the road. So we the next day they were out again that morning, and so I put them in again, and I'm thinking this is really strange. This doesn't normally happen. And the next day they were out again, and the donkey now was all the time in this pasture where he was supposed to be, or she was supposed to be. But the goats would get out and go down the road. So we I put that donkey into the adjacent pasture that did not have the goats in it. I put the goats back in this pasture where they belonged, and the goats didn't get out anymore. I believe the donkey was chasing them out. Now, the donkey didn't kill that one and eat it up. It was mostly eaten because it was in the pasture that's not fenced for goats, and the donkey was in this pasture. So we suspect we still had a predator issue of some kind, and so we took that donkey out yesterday, and we brought this one in, and we're going to try him. I'm not a big fan of donkeys. I've not had very much success in pasture kidding with donkeys. I think maybe if you was on a smaller acreage and you had the right donkey, if you were on 10, maybe 20 acres, they might work well. Goats seem to put their babies all over the place, and so you're gonna find a kid goat. Maybe, if you're on 40 or 80 acres, he might be clear on the opposite side of the pasture of what the donkey is and the rest of the goat herd, and then the mom will go back and get him. But in the meantime, you've had coyote, neighbor's dog, something come through and snatch that kid up. So I don't think the donkeys sense the predators like dogs do. I've just not had very good luck. I've tried kidding with the donkey, and then we stopped that, moved those goats. Right now I am lambing with the donkey in a pasture. I'm trying that because sheep get their lambs up. They keep them together better. They don't leave them laying around the whole pastures. We've got a 40-acre place. We've got, I don't remember, maybe 40 sheep there that are lambing now, and a donkey there. Now I know we lost one lamb that I'm sure of. It was early because we just had 2 born. I went there one day and one was gone. So I feel like we lost at least one there that I'm sure of with the donkey there. But we still got the donkey there. We're trying him out. I've also, like in this pasture and where we got those lambs, I have a guy that traps for me, and they've come over and set some traps. Now they've caught a coyote at the place where the sheep are. I know maybe you've read or something that, well, you know, all coyotes don't kill and maybe you shouldn't kill them, and that you know, if you kill one, well, you know, the bad ones might come in. And that might be true, but I'll just say this, that if you already have the bad ones and you're already suffering losses, and the longer you have goats, you're going to suffer more losses. You're going to find one that's going to come in and kill, and then he's going to teach others, and before long you're going to have a problem. And you better just try to get rid of the coyotes, put more dogs in. You're going to have to find a solution, and it's not just one solution. I have plenty of dogs on most pastures, and then we have killed several coyotes through this winter. Even just on the place I live, we killed over 30. The trapper trapped over 30 coyotes just on that one farm. And so, yeah, I think maybe if you've not had goats and you put them out there for a year or two, you might be fine. But you're going to find some coyotes that's going to start killing, and they're going to teach others, and before long you're going to have a whole bunch of coyotes that's going to kill, or neighbors' dogs. I'm not convinced, you know, we don't have a neighbor's dog problem, because that's why we don't use a dog over here. We don't put dogs, because there's a lake community that borders this, and everybody there has dogs, and all those dogs run loose, and my guardian dogs and that, it just wouldn't be a good thing. And so we're trying to make a donkey work here, and that's why we don't kid here. These yearlings aren't as vulnerable as goats that are kidding over here, and so there's just certain places that we've tried to use donkeys with not a lot of success, but maybe on these yearlings is a place that would work where they're not going to be kidding. So that's the donkey story. You know, maybe if you've had some success or some experience with donkeys, I wish you'd leave a comment or a suggestion. Maybe we just don't have the right donkeys. I've got 3, 4 donkeys right now. And we're gonna, I think the one donkey that was here was chasing these new goats out of this pasture, because she'd been here since last year, and now we put new goats in here, and she didn't know these goats. And so once when we put these goats in, she didn't think they belonged here, and she would chase them out. So that's why we put a brand new donkey with brand new goats here. And we took the other donkey home, put her in a pen with some goats, and she seems to be fine with them. She's not chasing them around, but it's a whole different surroundings, a different environment. It's not a place that she has been, you know, for a year. And we're going to try her at a different farm with different animals, some other yearlings that we have. So again, if you've had experience with maybe llamas or donkeys on a pasture kidding situation, maybe a larger acreage, let me know. Give me your feedback on that. Hey, if you like this, hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out, and you know, hit your like and let me know. It's always good to have feedback. Thanks again. It's Greg Christensen, Grandview Livestock.